We had a huge need for equipment that was able to be used in the service. We had a huge gap with very old equipment here, and not being able to maybe necessarily meet the needs of everybody as an individual by using desktop equipment. It became very clear very early that the handheld equipment that we were offered from Angela and teacher community as well could be used in a more person-centred way and meet the needs of people specifically with all their differences. The majority of our customers here are wheelchair users, and it's not always easy to position somebody at a fixed desk to be able to access the standard equipment of which they use. So the laptops have been great, but more so the iPads and the Galaxy tablets that have been in use, because they can be placed in people's hands or with the hand-on-hand support from the carer to make that equipment movable into a position that makes it easier, enables the person to use that equipment. Not everybody in the service has the ability to be able to read and write, and the use of a tablet or an iPad means that things can be used in picture form or by using apps that open up social networking and media and access to jobs and shopping and everything that's used sensory with that equipment is available to everybody. Marley's needs are quite complex, and Marley's quite unique, and it's meant that Marley can get a lot of sensory experiences from using the iPads. Marley's one-to-one nurse Kate that arrives with him has been fabulous in sourcing apps that have been downloaded onto the equipment, and they have a full sensory experience that Marley can completely interact with using the iPads that have been on loan.
These ones, we found that all the sensory games have been good for your coordination, haven't they? And he enjoys, it is mainly the ones that have like the pulse on them where you can touch it and he feels the vibration. But also the colourful ones as well, they keep him interested, which has been really good for everybody, hasn't it? I'll give you an example of this morning. We were doing art, we were using chalks. He'll hold the chalk in his hand. If he doesn't want to do something, he won't do it. Whereas with this, as of yet, he hasn't moved his hand away or looked the other way, for example. He hasn't become interested in other things. He seems to focus on the tablet or iPad. So I think that's good for attention span.
Tommy has been a huge success for Scope as a charity, and never in the history of day services has anybody been able to achieve what Tommy's been able to achieve using the equipment on loan. It's meant that Tommy can use equipment in a space that's convenient for Tommy, holding equipment in a position that enables Tommy to access job club and travel training and plan routes. And as part of that, with Mike, one of the support workers here at Scope, Tommy's been successful in securing himself a voluntary position supported by Mike for a couple of hours every week. Tommy's built on his CV and his accredited training, and he's now using those skills in a voluntary position, and that's an absolute first for day services. So it's been fabulous, it's invaluable.
Using iPads and tablets is part of my skills and part of my training for my education. So I get a volunteer for get my remembrance for my CV. I started a couple of weeks ago and working at the Tottenham Art Gallery. Basically for this is I usually focus on my skills, my education, my qualification.
Because the needs of our customers are so varied and everybody is so uniquely individual, it's opened up a world as to what can we do and where can we go next. What we're hoping to be able to do is use the tools so that our customers are enabled to communicate with everybody, and we're hoping that will give more people a voice. We've been given a golden ticket with the equipment that's been on loan to us, and I can't put a monetary value on that, on the worth to us as a service. From the bottom of my heart, just thank you.